Hello again, this is Alex with MasterChartsTrading.com, and this is market recap for Friday, April 3rd, 2020. As you could hear, most likely I got a new microphone, so please let me know if the sound is better, if there is feedback, etc. But just bear with me, this is a new thing for me. Okay, so as usual, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, share this video with others. The ongoing COVID crisis is still ongoing, so do donate to the charity of your choice, help those affected, and help the neighbors. So stocks ran into resistance and bounced off of it. I'll show you what I mean. The retest of March lows is very much possible. I think if it breaks below that, then we could easily see significant more downside for stocks. Transportation sector is near March lows already and looks really weak, as is actually real estate, and I'm already hearing about potential waves of defaults. Junk bonds also ran into resistance. I'll show you what I mean, and they could be headed for March lows as well. While the opposite is true for treasuries, they rallied towards new records. Oil went higher a little bit, but I think it's a bear market rally, and I think short sellers will come in pretty soon. Dollar reaffirms its uptrend while euro approaches the new lows, and gold could be ready for another leg higher. Bitcoin is exactly at the shorting level, so this is kind of like a public service announcement. Free alert. Speaking about alerts, we have a new feature, signals, via the Telegram app. So I will show you what I mean at the end. There are the features. I'll go through the features and I'll show you a trade example on a 1-minute chart for Bitcoin. Okay, so let's look at S&P 500. This is a daily chart. I usually trade on daily charts, but some people like to trade intraday. I occasionally trade intraday, usually options, because I really don't want to hold them for too long. So a little bit later maybe I'll show you what I mean about trading options. Anyways, so here's the March low. This is S&P 500, futures, mini futures. There's the 23rd of March low. We bounced higher, so several times already. I'm gonna zoom into the chart so you can see the touch of the red line. 26th of March, 27th of March, 31st of March, and I think now could be the charm, and it looks like it feels like it wants to go lower to retest the lows from the March. So I think if it breaks down, we could see a significant move lower, and it's really difficult to estimate, but I'm guessing like that much lower. So we're looking at like 20% more, easily, unless of course there's more action from Federal Reserve, and I think there will be more action. Right this instant I'm hearing already lots of issues with the 2 trillion package. Basically they passed the package, but the nitty-gritty of like how to get the money, and then there's all this bureaucracy, and it's just, anyways. So perhaps because of all of those delays, because of this bureaucracy, maybe that's the reason why we're gonna see a retest of the lows, and again, once if this low is broken, we could see just a huge move down, easily 15-20% easily. For now, the opposite is also possible. We could just kind of like trade sideways and then continue higher. The bullish levels are not that far off. We're looking at the bullish levels, which are currently, about 18% up. So that's not that much. We could easily see a rally, and then if they break out above the blue line, which is currently at 2938, you can see where I'm hovering. So these lines, once again, I want to show, take a little break, take a little aside, and these lines, you can see the green, blue, red, and yellow line. These are custom programmed indicators. They're called MasterCharts Trading Price Action Indicators. They're available for you. All you need to do is just sign up at MasterCharts Trading, so MasterChartsTrading.com, sign up, and then come back and I'll open the door for you. These are available for TradingView right now. TradingView.com, where I'm hovering. That's the website where the indicators are available. Soon they will be available, one day they will be available for other platforms like NinjaTrader and hopefully MetaTrader. But for now they're only available for TradingView. So first need to sign up at MasterCharts Trading, then I'll open the door for you and you can have the same lines on your chart, so you can trade so easily. Getting back to the stocks, so again we can easily see a retest of the March lows. It's not that far off. If that gives, I mean, we could see a huge move down, I think. Here's the Nasdaq. Now I don't normally short during the bull market. Right now it's bear market, so theoretically if you know what you're doing, then one can buy puts, or there are also inverse ETFs available. Like me personally, I prefer to play with options, because options, they have they're just easier to work with, in my opinion, and you can find, anyways, it's a completely separate subject, but the point of the matter is, here in the 31st of March, this was just a perfect opportunity to buy puts. And probably already you made money, because puts, stock options, they move just huge. So like even this drop from 31st to the 1st of April, 31st of March to the 1st of April, you probably already made good money right there. And you can just be sitting in your put and then waiting for another leg down. It's possible we're gonna see a huge, another massive leg down. It's, the way the the way the unemployment numbers are running, it's not looking good at all. So Dow Jones, pretty much same thing. Bounced off the resistance line. So this is like a support resistance line. So right now stocks have broken down below the yellow, and means that they have definitely entered the bear market, and now they have bounced back towards the red line, and this is where we want to short it, should you so desire. Now I'm already hearing about, half jokingly from people that I'm talking to, about short sellers re-education camps, and of course various government branches and various politicians are blaming short sellers for this. I wouldn't, necessarily do that. I mean, if this is a free market economy, then it would make sense for markets to go up and down. But for some, because of the way the financial system is structured, we want to see stocks go higher, because things are pegged to it, like derivatives and things of that nature, and 401ks and the retirement plans. But there's a signal actually that just came in, and I'll show you. I'll show you later on. But it's another feature that we're going to introduce. We actually are introducing it already. I'll show you at the end of the presentation. IWM, the small caps, is really weak. You can see that it barely bounced, never even got to the red line, very close to the March lows. March low there on the 19th of March actually, and it's like so close. Look at this, it's like 8% down, and If those lows are taken out, look out. We could see just a big collapse down. So small caps are, small businesses in the United States, obviously not doing great, and especially now with this COVID loans/grants that are being rolled out amid much confusion and have poorly designed measures, in my opinion. I don't think they had time to really, think through the measures that the Congress is putting out. Anyway, so very possible that a breakdown below the March lows, and yeah, we can see another big leg down. Here's transportation sector, also a very important sector. It's just completely unraveled from the February here into March. Very, feeble bounce again, very close to new lows. If transportation breaks down, I think we could see the rest of the market follow. Real estate. Now I keep hearing, let me show you first of all this chart. So there's this initial jobless claims are quite literally off the chart. So you can see 1970s, 60s and whatever. Even there's the Great Recession where I'm hovering right now, 2009, 2010, and this is like nothing. And then last week we had, it was during the height of Great Recession, it was like here maybe 600,000, 700,000. Last week we had 3.3 million, and this week it doubled to 6.6 million. So, and it doesn't, it's just literally off the chart. So this is, I don't know how to explain, just bad. Other countries are handling this differently. The way United States is structured as of right now, and the way the labor force is structured, the way the unemployment is structured, the way the benefits are structured, in my opinion, it's a little bit awkward compared to other countries, but it is what it is, so we're just going to look at this data. And unfortunately, this is really bad. So this is just initial claims, and then we'll probably get to, I'm guessing here that we're going to see a true unemployment rate. If this continues, and for some, and there is no vaccine that is cheap and reliable is found in the next, few weeks, I think we can see, not the Great Depression as what they had in the 1930s, but I think the greatest ever depression, because we could we could see the employment in the 20%, 30% rate. So, and this is worldwide. So to get back to real estate, we have initial jobless claims. So this basically means people have no jobs. A lot of people have no jobs. They can't pay for where they live. So number one, renters. Number two, mortgages. During the housing crisis from the 2009, 2010, right there, we had a large number of defaults, both in mostly, a lot of in residential areas, residential defaults for the mortgages, and that eventually, people had to foreclose or do short sales. Now, with the amount, if we believe this data, with the amount of unemployed and unable to pay the rent and eventually unable to pay the mortgage, this could just completely crater the system, because it's unprecedented, and who's gonna people will have to foreclose on all those properties. That means the prices on real estate will collapse. Now, I keep saying that correlations between the different stock funds are very similar, very large. So in other words, if S&P 500 dropped, then real estate also dropped. Real estate doesn't exist in a vacuum. Real estate exists as a part of the stock market. So IYR, Real Estate Investment Trust Stocks. So as always, I keep saying that during the bear market, you cannot hide in defensive sectors such as real estate or utilities. You can see that it's the same general pattern. We had a big drop and now a little bit of a bounce. So this bounce for real estate is relatively feeble again, and if this data is true, and it looks like it's true, real estate most likely will just unravel. Now, there is all kinds of measures that they can put, to try to slow down this unraveling. For example, moratorium on mortgage foreclosures or moratorium on evictions. But eventually, in a normal functioning kind of market economy, those moratoriums will eventually expire and people will still be foreclosed upon. So I think it's just a matter of time if this continues. So once again, if this continues and there is no vaccine and people are just forced to stay at home and not work, then we could see a very large unraveling in the real estate. And I'm talking about not only residential but also the commercial real estate. So prices could significantly come down. So that's just my gloomy prediction there. Alright, so let's switch gears. Let's look at junk bonds. So as I keep pointing out, junk bonds and stocks. So here are the junk bonds, symbol JNK, and here is S&P 500. You can see they're very similar, very similar patterns. But junk bonds in this case just collapsed. And now they're exhibiting exactly, the signs that are normal for this type of behavior, this type of security. There's a big drop and now a bounce. So this is, generally speaking, called dead cat bounce. Why is it dead cat bounce? Because if you take a dead cat and drop it from a building, it will bounce a little bit. So that's the dead cat bounce. So right now we're witnessing this. So you can see that right there on the 1st of April, I put this arrow there for my subscribers. Some people like to play, both to the upside and to the downside. And, in this case, you could buy puts. And actually, you probably already made a little bit of money right there. So once again, very close to March lows. If the March lows are taken out, junk bonds again could crater. This could just pull the entire market down with it. So the way I'm looking at it, unless another, multiple $1 trillion of aid comes out, and most importantly, it needs to be very easily accessible. Like they will just give money to people and I guess to businesses. But right this instant, it's still very, very painful, to get the money that they promised, and lots of confusion still. So I think if the next bailout package is approved, then it needs to be significantly, smarter, and I think more importantly, it needs to roll out in a very smooth way. It needs to everything just needs to work. So whatever is happening is not working. I'm seeing a literally dead cat bounce. So we saw a bounce towards the resistance. So red line is a resistance level. And usually what I like to do is I like to see a push towards the resistance level and then a rollover. So we're seeing that. We saw a push towards the resistance and now a rollover. If this rollover holds, then we could retest March lows. The opposite is true for TLT. The treasuries are pushing higher. Big move here, so I'm just not like this. You can see this is a purple arrow. I didn't actually send an alert. Probably should have sent an alert. This is already enough to make money. I just don't feel like it's like it unwound yet. It was just so overextended here on the 9th of March that I think it needs to do a little bit more of unwinding. Let's switch gears a little bit. Here is oil. So oil also collapsed. It collapsed even earlier. It collapsed on 23rd of January, where the arrow is right there. Actually, this could have been just an incredible trade. Right now we're seeing a counter trend rally. So the trend is obviously down. Now we're seeing a counter trend rally up. It is currently at what I would call an aggressive short level. So if you're an aggressive short seller, you can short at the yellow line. I am not. I would rather wait for a push towards the red line. If it kind of taps over there, then we can short there. But I don't think it's a turnaround. It's still in a bear market. So it's similar to what I just keep showing with the stock funds. It goes up and then it runs into resistance. Okay, so forex, DXY, dollar index, looks like the uptrend for dollar is reaffirmed. You can see a breakout right there above the blue line, the 2nd of April. So this is basically all we need to know. Right now dollar is in a bull market. By extension, euro versus US dollar is in a bear market. And you can see an actual alert right there on the 1st of April with already a very nice gain of about 170 pips. So if you're interested in these types of pip gains, then do sign up at MasterCharts Trading. Alright, let's wrap up with XAU USD, gold. Gold, I actually have a position in GLD. Let me show it to you, GLD. So there's a new position I opened on the 23rd of March. I already sold a half here and then I'm just holding the rest. So gold is in an uptrend, and you want to be buying it. There's an actual alert on the 23rd of March. I don't want to be buying up here. I want to be buying it by the blue line. So good opportunity was a few days ago on the 23rd of March at around 1550. It could still come down and there could be more opportunities. Overall, gold is in an uptrend. Finally, Bitcoin, BTC, USD. If you have an opportunity to go both long and short, in other words, to buy and to sell, right this instant is literally the time to short it. Like if I had an account, and we actually have a robot that's trading, but it's trading on hourly charts of BTC, USD. So if you want to short it on daily charts and you have an opportunity, literally right now is the good time. Okay, so now I wanted to show you the new feature that we have at MasterCharts Trading. And okay, so first of all, here's that sign up page. So you have to go to MasterChartsTrading.com. One word, MasterCharts Trading. So I have 3 services right now. These alerts will change to signals. Prices will go up, so do sign up now. Trading indicators is what I just showed you, this lines on the chart. Notice that this is a 1 minute chart of Bitcoin. So yes, you can trade using my indicators on intraday. There are some nuances. I'll show you what I mean once you sign up. So those are the trading indicators. Now the alerts will become signals, and I usually do this manually, but it will become more automatic. So this automation is what we're trying to get to as much as possible. And new custom alerts. Yes, finally you can use my indicators to set your own stocks. And there are some limitations, but it's working already. So this is via the Telegram app, and yes, it is available for Mac. So there's the Telegram. I don't know if it's available for PC. I'm sure it's something of that nature can be arranged. But there are mobile Telegram apps. So here is what I wanted to show, is an actual alert that right there at 1941 California time here. So where I'm hovering is 1941 right there. That's 7:40 p.m. So alert right there. Very nice move already. You can see a close to 1% move. Remember, this is a 1 minute chart. So on 1 minute charts, the moves are obviously not as big, but still. So this is the type of alerts you will get, and also you can configure them yourself. So there's many securities that can be configured, and let me show you some of the features. So here are the features for the Telegram bot. It's a fully automated Telegram bot. Right now it is available to trade, to get alerts for stocks, forex, and for cryptos. Now for stocks I prefer, and right now we're only going to send the daily charts for stocks, or the daily signals for stocks are available, and there are also long signals only. In other words, only to buy. Now if you want to be shorting, that's a little bit different technique, and again I can explain it. If you want to short stocks, the technique is slightly different. For forex, cryptos, you can do both daily, and right now we only have hourly charts, so one hour, but more time frames are coming, I'm sure. So it's easy to use. You can just add the command using a command, like for example add 1 day Amazon. We have short-term plans to make this available for email as well. Right now it's via the Telegram app. You can see we're at Telegram app, free Telegram app, and short signals for stocks as well. They're coming shortly. Okay, that's a lengthy presentation. That's it for this recap. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.